A very good morning, guys, and welcome back to another daily market outlook here on euro dollar. So euro dollar has continued its move in towards the highs. Yesterday what we did was react pretty much to this area of consolidation over here. I was looking for potential for the downside after kind of seeing a weak reaction from this area of demand, but as we can see, we did in fact continue in towards the highs. Now what we've done is that we've pushed up, pulled back in towards the area of consolidation, and then from there kind of continued in towards the highs once again. So I am seeing some weak structure here on euro dollar in the sense that, okay, upside movement, rejection, upside movement, rejection with these big wicks. So I am still looking to see, can we take out that trendline liquidity which we're building up over here? So in order for that to happen, what we need is a 4-hour change of character. So we need to break the low of this overall bearish candle over here, which is your change of character low, which broke the fractal high over here. So in fact, what we're just looking for is simply said this. So break up, now breaking the low over here, supply to be formed, and then looking for that for the downside movement. So if we then go in towards the 15, it becomes a little bit more clear, because on the 15-minute time frame, what you see forming is an area of consolidation. And when you have these areas of consolidation over here, so the sideways price action, what you want to do is you want to mark out your swing high, and you want to mark out your swing low. And what is very likely to happen is that you'll grab the liquidity which is resting above that swing high, and after that you'll grab the liquidity which is resting beneath the swing low. So for now, what I'm looking for and what we're seeing at the moment is reaction to this area of demand, but what I preferably want to see is maybe just a tap out of that wick and then further downside continuation to grab the liquidity which is resting underneath these lows. This is your 4-hour low, and that will also then be the confirmation, okay, demand has filled and the 15-minute is ready to continue in towards the downside. As long as the overall 15-minute area of demand keeps on holding, we could just continue moving in towards the highs. So don't take those shorts just yet. So now moving in towards the dollar index, because the dollar index has been moving interestingly as well. If we look at the 4-hour time frame here on the dollar index, what you can then see is that we had that change of character high broken over here, right? So we then become fractal structure bullish. So that means that we do have potential for the dollar index to start pulling up higher, at least, for example, to start taking out some liquidity highs, for example, above this high, and above this high. So that's what I'm looking for on the dollar index. As we can see, we're currently pulling down slightly lower, which is not very strange because we're just moving in towards a refined area of 4-hour demand. Then go in towards the 15-minute time frame, and you can see that the overall structure is still just following the overall order flow in towards the downside. So first of all, you have pretty much this, let's say, buy before the sell-off. We pull back in and then we move in towards the downside. So the overall order flow is just being respected. And what I'm now looking to see realized is potentially a break of that order flow. So if we look over here, once again, we have a buy before the sell-off. We move back in and we continue back in towards the downside. So now the area to break, or the area of interest, is now this buy before the sell. If we start breaking this high over here, then obviously I will be looking for that further upside. Maybe we kind of grab the liquidity below this low, we break this area of supply, and then we continue up higher. For example, we still have, for example, also this 50-minute fresh area of demand over here with some liquidity resting below this low, which we might take out, and then, for example, see a reversal in towards the highs. So that is the dollar index for you. If we just crash through this area of demand, then this is my target over here, this fresh area of demand. So that's the dollar index for you. Now moving on in towards Aussie dollar. So Aussie dollar over here on the 4-hour time frame, it is still inside of this area of supply. This is the fractal high, and as long as that high is respected, we could still see some further downside. Aussie dollar was beautiful, as you guys know, this area of demand. We've been chopping in it for a very long time over here, and then indeed the demand zone fills because we've been in it for a very long time. We then move in towards this refined area of demand from where we've now started to push it back up in towards the highs. So shorts are valid on Aussie dollar as long as this 4-hour high is respected for myself. Then going in towards the 15-minute time frame, you can see that the overall trend is pretty much very clear in towards downside. Yesterday, or the only bad thing pretty much happening is, okay, we got this entire buy before the sell. You kind of see we wick in towards that buy before the sell and then continue down lower. Then this was your new buy before the sell over here, which we've now broken in towards the highs. But still, for me, this is also just kind of liquidity being grabbed on this support and resistance level. I'm now looking to see, okay, can we see a structural shift? So break of this bearish candle's low, boom, boom, boom. Something like that is what I'm looking for. If we break this high, then we do have the potential to just continue breaking more highs and grabbing even more liquidity, and then, for example, moving in towards this area of 50-minute supply over here. So potential shorts if we start breaking the lows. Now moving in towards NZD, or excuse me, pound dollar, so GBPUSD. So wrong chart. So GBPUSD over here on the 4-hour time frame, still looking at further downside. As you can see, bullish momentum is really weakening. We're not really breaking any highs at the moment and just building liquidity below this trend line over here. So I'm really looking for that deeper correction over here on pound dollar. Pound dollar, very similar to euro dollar, had kind of like this area of consolidation and sideways price action. What's now happened is we've taken out the liquidity resting above that high. So I'm now looking to see if we can dump in towards the downside. Very simple analysis over here on pound dollar. Yeah, just trading the overall kind of like very corrective ascending price action, and I'm looking for a bigger dump in towards the downside. Now moving on in towards NZDUSD and gold. So NZDUSD has been very beautiful lately. We pulled back in towards this area of supply, dumped down, and now we're back inside supply, which caused that dump. So over here, so we should continue moving down in towards this area of demand on the 4-hour time frame for NZDUSD. So look for potential shorts on the 15. And that was a beautiful trade on the 4-hour, by the way. But look for those potential shorts on the 15-minute time frame and just follow the overall order flow. So look for a change of character in here and then look for that further downside movement. Now going in towards our last pair, which is gold. So gold over here, continuing in towards the highs, nothing really out of the ordinary, pretty much as expected. Still looking for further upside on gold, as we can see, just reacting to this sell for the buy. So still looking for that further upside, at least in towards over here, zone number 1. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll speak soon. Thanks.